Yo, what's going on, guys? R.I.Pierre here using that max power return on YouTube, and this week we are here with the next batch in our wow, I completely screwed this up already. We're in the GPC, the midway point, and this season we're doing something different. Rather than just going through just another week, we have a mid-season tournament type thing. So now let's go to the page so I can explain the rule. Okay, I did not mean to do that, but there we go. Okay, so mid-season tournament. The tournament rules: each member will select one Pokemon from their own squad. Each member will select the second Pokemon from their own squad. The second pick can only be used by you. The first pick is for the team. So basically, every person in the group in each division picks one Pokemon for themselves and one for the team to use. This way, you're not trying to prepare for like 16 mons at once. It's 8. Yours and the opponents that you were with. Oh my gosh. This, you know what, I think it's centered, and it's fine. So my team, I decided to give myself Mega Lopunny, and my team took Azumarill. We came to a consensus of how that happened. So I'm against Sascha, SwannaSea City, and he has Gyarados for himself, Scizor, Manaphy, Raikou, Clefable, Hydreigon, Victini, Conkeldurr, and Balloon to pick from. Those are the mods that his team gave him. But my team gave me, I gave up Azumarill for the team pick and Mega Lopunny for myself, like I just said. The team added Mamoswine, Suicune, Heliolisk, Skarmory, Azelf. Wow, I said Azelf. I usually say Azelf. I don't know why I did that. Infernape and Serperior. So, looking at his team, I'm very scared of Raikou. I know Mamoswine could do a good amount to it, as even if he does decide to run HP Fire, I roll a Thick Fat, and it won't do too much to me unless he is like a Specs variant, which it still won't do a super ton of damage, but it'll still hurt. Clefable is an issue at all times, forever. So that's always a problem. If Hydreigon, to be honest, I didn't expect it to come at all, so I'm not really preparing for it. Victini, of course, is going to be there. Victini is an incredibly strong Pokemon, can run Scarf, Band. I've seen Life Orb as well. Hell, it can run a completely different item, and just basically, it's a very scary Pokemon. It can hit so hard, and it does have a bit of versatility. I mean, well, I guess the V in versatility stands for V-Create, but anyways, then there's Conkeldurr, Breloom, and yeah, so Manaphy is a very good mod. I think it finally reached S rank. It just should have been S rank a while ago, I know you, but it's a good mod even in League format as well. And to be honest, though, he does have Gyarados for himself, and I didn't expect him to bring Manaphy, so it's alright. And yeah, so from my team, I was thinking about Mamoswine and Suicune, but I decided against bringing them, and I just didn't feel like Azelf brought enough to the table for me to go ahead and use it. It would have been fairly useful because it does have very good coverage, but it does kind of get shut down by Victini, and it can't really switch in on anything on his team, and that's what I needed. So I just didn't really want Azelf with me. So I decided to bring Mega Lopunny, Azumarill, Heliolisk, Skarmory, Infernape, and Serperior, just to make sure that I was in a good spot, in a fairly good spot. So going back to the rules, so out of the 9, oh well, it's 9 Pokemon. Each member, well, each contestant, blah blah blah, 9 Pokemon, yeah. Out of these 9 Pokemon, a team will be created to battle the team created by the opponent from the opposing division. The division with the most wins will receive an extra playoff spot at the end of the season. In case of a draw, no division will receive the prize. Wow, that's crazy. I don't think there will be a draw. I think there's, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Oh, never mind. That could possibly be one. And right now, as you can, oh shoot. All right. You didn't see anything. I just realized. You know what? Never mind. I'm not even gonna point it out. But yeah. So both whatchamacallit. I'm not in the right place. Oh my gosh. Where am I supposed to be going? Fixtures. There we go. Fixtures plus stable. Now, as you can see, both teams could have really used that extra playoff spot. So right now, Nacho and myself would be claiming the playoffs. If the season were to end today, I would be claiming the second playoff spot with Nacho taking first in this division. Now up there, Uzi Bob, Sascha are all tied or well, basically all have the same amount of wins and with 0 losses. They're all 4-0. The differential separates them. If the season ended today, Sascha would not make the playoffs with a 4-0 record, which is insane. And then the ORAS are defending champions, 2-2. Yeah, man. Come on. Anyways, but yeah. And then Division B, we have 3 people tied for 3-1. I just have the highest differential because of a 6-0 and a 5-0. But I did also get 5-0'd by Cecilia. Tom lost the match? Tom lost? Oh, okay. I thought he was 3-1. He's 2-2. Okay. Yeah, but there's 3 of us sitting here at 3-1. Omega and David play each other this week, and I play Nacho next week. So, yeah, this could shake up things just a little bit. Although, even if I beat Nacho, even if I were, oh well, no, if I do, I would have to like 5-0 him to tie with him for first, and if I 6-0'd him, I'd take first. But we're getting ahead of ourselves. This is the mid-season tournament we're talking about. But yeah, so both divisions could really use that extra playoff spot. If Division A loses, there could possibly be a 6-1 team that does not make the playoffs, which is crazy. Or well, yeah, there could possibly be a 6-1 team that does make the playoffs. Wait, no. 5-2, excuse me, because a 6-1 team, the 3 of them still have to play each other. So, yeah, one of them is going to lose at least twice. Or at least, yeah, someone's going to lose at least twice. But anyways, now that we've done that, let's go ahead and look at the sets I decided to bring. I played it very, very safe. As I told Sascha at the end. Okay, there we go. But yeah, so Mega Lopunny, leading off. Bun Bun, Lopunny, Limber as the pre-Mega ability, Fake Out, Thunder Punch, High Jump Kick, and Return. Thunder Punch mainly for the Gyarados. I didn't really need Ice Punch for anything. I mean, yeah, it hits Breloom fairly hard, but Breloom is not a problem for Lopunny at all. So that's fine with me. Next up, we have Pony Girl, the Azumarill with Assault Vest. Huge power, knockoff, Aqua Jet, Waterfall, and Play Rough. Now, I originally wanted to bring Belly Drum, but the reason I didn't is because... Oh, hit my mic. Sorry about that. But yeah, the reason I didn't is because he does have that unaware Clefable, and he does have a Gyarados on his team. I mean, if Azumarill doesn't learn Thunder Punch, so of course, there's no point to me bringing Belly Drum if I'm just going to basically waste it, as he is more than likely going to bring the unaware Clefable. So yeah, Pony Girl, Azumarill. I was going to run Choice Band as well, but then I realized I really could benefit from switching moves with it, especially in this match where I'm going to need to be able to do that. So, yeah. Next up, Sabine Heliosiki. Ha! Didn't even show up the whole name in the battle, which is very upsetting. But, Assault Vest as well, a Dry Skin. Volt Switch, T-Bolt, Hyper Voice, and Focus Blast. Focus Blast was just a filler, to be completely honest. I wanted to run Hidden Power Fire, but I don't know why I didn't. But I just wasn't thinking at the time about it. And the fact that I am vested, and the fact that I think a Banded Bullet Punch might actually be able to KO me after a little bit of chip damage. But that's fine. Yeah, moving on. Blade Runner, Skarmory with Rocky Helmet, Sturdy. Stealth Rock, Whirlwind, Defog, and Roost. Complete taunt bait, but I don't think he had anyone that had taunt on his team, so that's perfectly fine. Stealth Rock, of course, set up Hazard, Whirlwind to get Gyarados if it's Dragon Danced out, to basically put things in my favor. Defog, of course, to get Hazards off the field, and Roost to keep my Sturdy intact if necessary. And it definitely can if it's definitely necessary. Next up we have Wukong, the Infernape, Life Orb Blaze, Overheat, Close Combat, Thunder Punch, Junk Shot, thank you, Gunk Shot. I originally had Slack Off over Thunder Punch, but I realized that I'm playing a good person, so it really is no point to me using Slack Off as well. I don't think there's any time anyone would ever let an Infernape recover, at least not with the team he has. And Gunk Shot, of course, for Clefable, although I was pretty sure he would think about that, but you know, if he slipped, I got him. Overheat, Close Combat, Thunder Punch, of course. Overheat, Close Combat for Dual Stab, Overheat, because I don't want to take the, recoil damage from Flare Blitz, and because Blaze Kick just does not do enough damage for me to warrant me using it, plus, you know, I don't even know what I'm trying to say there, but, yeah. So next, and last but not least, we have the Emperor. Superior with Life Orb, Contrary, Leaf Storm, Giga Drain, Glare, and Hidden Power Ground. The reason I didn't run Hidden Power Fire is because I just felt like I had Blade Runner and Wukong, who both were semi-reliable switch-ins for Scizor, and I just didn't feel the need to run Hidden Power Fire. I had Glare on it just so I could slow down, whatchamacallit, what's his name? forget it. I don't even remember. But just glare for the hacks. I ended up using it once accidentally, but besides that, there was literally nothing. Oh man, my mic moved to the point where I can't like sigh or anything because it just makes noise. But yes, this is my team. The speed on Wukong and Superior is because I cannot outspeed his his Raikou with any Pokemon on this team besides my Lopunny. So I just decided to bring myself down to outspeeding a banded Victini. Although you'll see he turns out to be a scarfed Victini, which really hurt my feelings. So we'll be back. I have to change the dimensions and whatnot for the replay. So we'll be back. Make sure you check out Sascha in. Oh wait, no, I'll say that afterwards because I'm gonna leave the replay stuff, the timestamp to the replay in the description. So I'll say that afterwards so that people who skip this part will actually hear what I'm gonna say. So I'll be back. And welcome back, and I guess welcome in general to those of you who just skip straight through with timestamps. So before I begin, don't forget to check out my opponent Sascha in the description below. Yeah, you got his Twitter and channel link will be there. He's a pretty cool guy, so go follow him on Twitter, go subscribe to him. So moving on, this is where we are. So you saw my squad already. This is the team he opted to bring. He opted to bring Gyarados, Raikou, Breloom, Victini, Clefable, and Scizor. Scizor is Life Orb. Clefable is Unaware Leftovers. Victini, as I said earlier, it turned out to be Choice Scarfed. I'll tell you at the end what Breloom was. Raikou was Assault Vest, as you'll see, and you'll see what Gyarados is as well. I just told you the ones that were going to be fairly obvious, and yeah, I mean Scizor's wasn't going to be super obvious, but being able to switch moves would have been better for his Scizor definitely in this matchup, especially with this primary on my team. So yeah, without further ado, let's go ahead and get into this battle. So he's going to lead off straight with Victini, and I'm going to lead with Heliolisk. So I expected him to be banded as he decides to switch out into his Raikou here as I go for the Volt Switch. And yeah, I thought if he had just gone for V-Create, I'm already down 1-0. So I go into the Emperor here. He goes for Signal Beam. I accidentally clicked Glare as it does not affect the Raikou, which sucks. But he's going to Volt Switch out here. He actually thought that I was going to switch. And I'm going to hit his Clefable hard with the Leaf Storm, and it does 59%, which is great. And now I'm at +2 attack, and I'm Life Orb. So what he's going to do is he's actually going to, the only switch he really has is to go into Scizor so I do as little damage as possible. So I'm going to hit Victini rather hard. I do 38% to his Scizor, so it's nothing to scoff at. That is 4 times resisted, so keeping that in mind. Actually, wait. Oh wait, I don't think. Give me one moment. Yeah, 4 times resisted, excuse me. So he's gonna go into Gyarados here as I go straight for the Overheat just to make sure that his Scizor would die if it decided to stay in, but there really was no reason for it to stay in. And I'm gonna go for Thunder Punch here. He is a Wakanberry Gyarados, so I should have seen this coming a mile away because I do have 3 things on this team that can OHKO him with Thunder Punch. So keeping that in mind, I'm going to go ahead and switch out to Sabine Heliosiki, and he goes for Waterfall rather than going for the EQ. He does reveal at the end that he does have EQ on this set, so he's going to actually go into Raikou now, and I'm going to go ahead and Volt Switch out because I was like, you know what, I need to keep as much pressure on his team as possible, and now Infernape is practically useless, so he's going to opt to go into Gyarados here. I decided to go for, I went for Fake Out here. He decides to switch out after this turn into his Breloom, and I'm gonna hit it for 60. Oh, whoops, nope, not even 48% off of that return. So did a good amount of damage, and I'm pleased. So he goes for the Mach Punch, and I am a Rocky Helmet Blade Runner, the Skarmory. He's gonna go ahead and Spore me here, and that's when I realized something was up. What I decided to do. Oh, he decided to switch out into his Raikou here. I actually stayed in, never mind. Excuse me for that. But yeah, so I'm gonna go back into Sabine Heliosiki. He's gonna go for Hidden Power Fire. At this time I thought it was like ice or something, but I realized it was actually doing way too much damage for it to be fire. And for it to be ice, because I am dry skin, so fire would do more. He turns out, so I'm going to go ahead and Volt Switch, and Scizor does not appreciate that. And I'm going to go ahead and go into my Azumarill, because I can't finish it up with an Aqua Jet. And he decides not to go for Bullet Punch. I don't know why. But yeah, I'm going to go for Aqua Jet here. As he does decide to go into Raikou, I can take a Thunderbolt because I am Assault Vested, and I took it fairly well, at 42%. Well, I'm at 42%, and Waterfall is going to take out this Raikou, as he's not the most bulky physically, forget it. But yes, he's going for Moonlight here with Clefable, as he does have free turns to just heal up for the most part. So I realize he's doing more damage, he's healing more damage than I'm able to output with Play Rough. He's basically healing it all up. That's all you really need to know. So what I decided to go do this turn is, I know I have to switch out soon, so I'm going to go ahead and knock off his leftovers just to keep him from having so much sustain. And he's got his rocks up, so that's a red flag for me. I need to get his rocks off the field. Now looking at his set, now that I know he has Encore, I know he doesn't have Fire Blast because he has Moonlight, excuse me, Stealth Rock, and Encore. So I go for Roost here as he goes for the Moonlight. What I'm going to do here is just go straight for the Defog. I am faster than him, so there's no reason even if he does Encore me try to Encore me into Roost, then there's no point. So I'm just going to stay in and keep hitting Defog, because he is probably going to start getting his rocks back up, as it is going to be very crucial for him to have those rocks on the field. But he's going to send out his Breloom again. I'm going to go for Defog, and I actually decided to switch out because I'm Encored. I didn't really, he had a pretty scary set. I'll show you I'll tell you later. But yeah, so I can't be put to sleep because I am paralyzed on my Wukong, and I'm gonna pull the double back into Skarmory just so I can get my own rocks back up, and because Victini is going to be hurting himself twice, and because he doesn't have anything to get rocks off the field anymore. If he had Defog on Scizor, I don't know if he did or not. I believe so. But yeah, so 68%. Since Victini is down to 68%, all because he hit me twice, and Blade Runner did his job. Got the rocks up, and there's no possible way I'm going to be able to whatchamacallit? I don't even remember. You know what? So Gyarados is gonna sacrifice himself to the rocks, and here comes Breloom. I don't want this, so I'm gonna go ahead and go into Heliolisk here, just as a sacrifice, as Bullet Seed is going to rip through me. Oh gosh. Oh well, the first one was a crit, but still, it would have 2-hit KO more than likely. So I go into Bun Bun here, as I know I can KO him with a Fake Out. I calced it before. This 31% at minimum to OU offensive Breloom. But he does go into Victini here, which does make me now believe that it is Scarfed. And he goes for the Zen Headbutt, so I was actually very frightened here. So I go into my Azumarill here, and I think that he predicted my over-prediction. So what I wanted to do there, what I originally wanted to do, was to click Waterfall, as he was going to go into Clefable, and I don't want to be Encored into Aqua Jet. I mean, I'm going to end up getting Encored into Aqua Jet anyways in a second. But this was crucial, because had he decided to bring out his Clefable right there, he could just start healing up the damage again, and I would be forced to play around his Clefable and his Victini. And if I lose a Azumarill, I lose the game there. So I mean, he does end up playing very well, to where, you know, I'll keep that a secret for a minute. But yeah, so definitely unaware, 86%, and I am Encored into the Aqua Jet. So 28% here. I'm gonna pull the ultimate risky play and go back into Lopunny, expecting him to Moonlight, as he does, and that allows me to switch back into Azumarill. After I Fake Out just to get some damage off, it does allow me to go back into my Azumarill to reset the Encore, and now I can go for Waterfall and Play Rough as I please. So this is getting very tense. So he goes for the Moonblast this turn, just 20%, and I'm going to go for the Waterfall, just 37, and I believe he Moonlights this, yeah, he Moonlights this turn. I'm going to go ahead and go for Play Rough, just try to do a little more damage than I was before, and it's a 61%. Now the best play for me would have been probably to go for Aqua Jet, as he goes for the Moonblast, not expecting it to KO, so he could go for the Moonlight, and had I done that, this would have been a done deal. But now that he's at 61%, I basically have to rely on rolls. Now, the combination of Return and Fake Out together at max does 63%, if I'm not mistaken, or 65. Let's see, 18, 45, 64 at max. So I need some rolls to win this game. So what I'm gonna do here is fake out here. This puts him at 43% after. Wow, I didn't even realize. Let's go back for a second. I didn't realize how much damage that did before. So yeah, turn 43. Okay, we saw this. So I'm gonna go into Mega Lopunny here. Sorry about that, folks. So yeah, I'm gonna Mega Lopunny here. I do fake out this 18%, which I believe was near max damage, if not max. So Clefable takes that, and because the leftovers are knocked off from earlier, he does not have anything to get his health back up. So 46% is the max amount of damage I do with return, and he's at 43, so he is within range, and I am going to get the roll. Finally, it does 42%, so he was at like 42 point something, which put it at 43, and that is going to be the game. Lopunny came through at the end to get the rolls, and if you recall last year, rolls were not kind to me. That nice and 6% chance to Oko with that Excadrill on my Altria, and he gets it. Anyways, enough reminiscing. We won our match for the mid-season tournament, and that was beautiful. That was probably the best match I've had all season, to be completely honest. And good shit, Sascha. You know, the Breloom turned out to be a natural gift with a Wotmel berry. If I'm not, I don't know if he was using a different fire berry, but I believe Wotmel is the hardest hitting natural gift fire berry, and that's why he was so keen, or so able to stay in on my Skarmory, or so willing, I should say. I bought Skarmory's. Well, one of Skarmory's jobs was to scare off Breloom, especially with the fact that I am Rocky Helmet. So every time he touches me with that Mach Punch, he's gonna get blown back with some 16 to 70% damage, and that's all she wrote, man. So this was a great battle. It came down to a roll. I mean, doesn't get any closer than that. I mean, he had 2 Moonlights left, and that's literally all he needed. And because of that, I believe that Aqua Jet on Azumarill, the turn before it got KO'd, would have been the optimal play, because he has 2 Moonlights left. He had no choice but to waste one of them. He would have had no choice but to waste one of them had he not KO'd Azumarill. And had I gone for Aqua Jet with the Azumarill there, I would have guaranteed myself the win with Lopunny. But nevertheless, that was a fantastic battle. I hope you all enjoyed. Make sure to follow the GPC. Make sure to like this video. Subscribe if you are new. And don't forget to check out my friend Sascha in the description below. And I will catch you all. Well, those of you who are only following the GPC, I'll see you all on Friday. And for those of you who are just my subscribers, I'll see you all tomorrow with another video. And I'll catch you all next time. Until we meet again, alright, peace out, and I'll see you all later.